Hello, friend. This is Ryan Hicks of HowToProfit.com, and today I want to talk to you about how to go from misery to happiness in your work. You know, many people have told me over the years, and this is a common thing, it's almost a meme of sorts, where people say, I wouldn't work if I didn't have to. They only are working because they're getting money from it. And it's not something they love. Not that your work has to be something you love every single second of the time you're doing it, of course not, but they hate it. They literally hate it. They don't want to be there. They would rather be doing anything than that, but they do it because they need money. And that's a bad reason to do anything. And I've mentioned over the years that people who work at jobs they don't like simply for money love money. That is the love of money, if there is any love of money at all, because they're literally putting themselves in the position of doing something they hate, selling themselves for something they don't even like doing. And that's a terrible position to be in. Now, many people do it out of necessity. They don't see another way. They don't see any other opportunities. And that's understandable. But I want to hopefully awake you to righteousness. When I talk about working a 4-hour work week or working at a job that you don't like is the love of money, when you're doing it only for money, that's not an attack on people. That is to hopefully wake people up and snap them out and awake them to righteousness, to understand that there are more options available to them. God doesn't want you doing something each and every day, day in and day out, that you hate doing, you hate being there, you don't like the people, you don't want to be there at all, but you're doing it simply for money. He's your source, not that job, especially a job you don't even want to be at. Now, what you can do to change this from being miserable in your work and just dreading it and all the time is, and this is going to be hard, but the alternative is to continue doing what you're doing, which is misery, which is sadness, which is drudgery. It's a lot of bad things you don't want to be involved in. You don't want to have your daily life being that. So what you need to do, if you want to change this, if you want to be happy in your work, if you want to do the proverbial whistling while you work, you have to change the reason why you're working. It cannot be that you're there simply because you want to earn a paycheck. That alone is a terrible way of going through life, because it puts money above your happiness. It puts money above your peace. It puts money above even the love of God, because you're doing things that make you unsatisfied, that make you miserable, strictly to get some money. You have to change your mindset and start focusing on what you're doing, your work, that you are going to do it unto the Lord. Now, why this is different from the working for money mentality is you're still getting the money, but you're no longer focused on the external situations that you feel like you don't have any control over, which is not true, but that may be what you feel right now. You may feel like you're just in this position and you don't have any control over this job being the way it is, over the people, over the boss, or over the customers, over whoever. Whoever's really making that experience less pleasant than it should be. But when you take up the mindset, the high vibration mindset of saying, I'm going to do my work unto the Lord. When I go to work every day, I'm going to work for the Lord. I'm in partnership with Him. I'm in union with Him. I'm walking with Him, and I'm doing this work unto Him. Now that may sound simplistic, but as you start implementing that and really thinking that way, really renewing your mind to that truth and walking in the fullness of that, you will watch as you see that job starts to change. Now, I'm not talking about just a psychological benefit where you, because you're approaching it differently, you now feel better about it, and so it seems better, it appears better, but really everything's the same. I'm not saying that. You will have that, because certainly many people's lives, the problems and the obstacles they see are many times just in their own perception. But it will also change the actual occurrences in that job, the actual job itself, what you'll find is sometimes as you do this, a workload that maybe your particular position in the company had gets taken off your shoulders and it becomes super easy. You'll get a new boss. You'll get better customers. Whatever the obstacle right now, the thing that mainly is the real thing you dread in your job or in your work, that will resolve itself when you start approaching it as I'm doing this unto the Lord. I am grateful for the pay. I appreciate the pay. But my purpose in this is to serve the Lord and to do it unto Him and to do it for His glory. That's going to be hard at first. I understand that. So I'm not telling you, I don't want to paint this as going to be super easy and it's going to go magically the first day you even start trying to do this, because you have a pattern you've set in place of not feeling good about being at work, of not feeling good about even going there, of I'm only here because I want a paycheck. So you're going to have to change, and you will do that, and it can come very rapidly, but you'll have to be consistent. You have to be consistently focused on when something seems to be an obstacle, you go, wait, no. Doesn't matter. I'm doing this unto the Lord. Don't allow yourself going down those well-worn paths of feeling sorry for yourself or feeling bad about being at work. You start heading that path, you immediately redirect it to something good and to focusing on the fact you're doing this unto the Lord. You're working your all. You're giving your all. Whether anyone appreciates it or not, it doesn't matter, because it's done unto the Lord. It's not done for the rest of these people around you. It's done unto the Lord. And you know you have His approval. And you know you're doing it well. And you're doing a great job. And you are doing it for the glory of God. And He will give you honor. He will give you riches. He will give you blessing. And He will work out a way for that job to become a good, peaceful, happy place to be. And if not, He'll move you and lead you and guide you and direct your ways into a better job or into your own business or into something where it'll work out for your good. But you will not remain miserable. You will not remain dreading going to work. It will work out for your good, and it'll work out even better than you could have imagined. So take up this mindset, take up this vibrational state of really seeing your work. When you get up and you start thinking those thoughts like, oh, I dread going to work, you immediately arrest that thought, cast it aside, and say, no, I repent of that. I am going to serve the Lord. I am going to go do my work for the Lord. I'm going to do it in honor to Him. And you might do that 100 times in the day. That's all right. You just keep redirecting your mind to the focus of that work being service to God. And when you really focus that way and you really think that way, your vibration's high. You will be happy. You will find things that used to bother you in the past don't bother you in the least. And more importantly, they start to fade away. Because a lot of those things kept coming up each and every day because you kept giving focus to them. So you kept giving energy to them. You kept empowering them to become greater and greater adversity in your life. But you've cast all that aside. You're focusing on the good. You're focusing on God and doing your work unto Him. And you, my friend, will be blessed in that endeavor. I pray this is a blessing for you. May God bless you richly.